welcome back to Budget Beauty. This is day 9 of the 12 Days of Beauty here at Budget Beauty. And today we're going to be rocking a purple look. I am very excited because I frequently do purple looks for like work because I have a lot of purple makeup, and now I have quite a few purple things. Like I have a couple purple tops like this one that I got from Old Navy. And I have a few matching hair scarves, and I got a couple of purple dresses and a couple of I think I even got a purple skirt somewhere in my thing. So I have a lot of purple going on. So I decided, I was like, okay, one of these days that we're going to be doing this is going to be purple. So I was like, well, let's do some purple. And today is going to be that day. So here we are. So I'm not going to have a reference photo because, like I say, I do purple looks all the time. So I kind of want to just do one off the cuff that I know how to do using some products that I have not used a lot. That's kind of what I've been trying to do with the 12 Days of Beauty, is stuff that it's either brand new stuff or stuff that I've not used a ton that I have sitting around in the collection. So that's what we're going to do today. So, let's get started. I'm going to do my eyes first, per the usual. And learning some lessons from previous looks, we are going to incorporate some new tools to help because, okay, we're going to make one of these things work that we struggled with yesterday. So, in day 8. So, let's get started. So for the eye, we're going to use this longwear primer. This is the Ulta Beauty Pigment Pop longwear eye primer. I actually really am liking this primer. It's been fine to put on, and it's been doing what I needed to do. And it does make the pigment pop a little bit because it's a white base primer. So it does help. So what I'm doing here is I'm getting a tool, and I'm going to need this tool anyway. I should have grabbed it beforehand, but thankfully I just had it kind of sitting there. So these are my little eye tools, my little applicators. Again, you can get these off of Amazon for like $6. They're not, and it comes with like a count of like, I want to say 120. Let me see. I can tell y'all real quick. Because it says it on here. Yes, it comes with 120 in this container. So I have another 2 containers off to the side. I do use these fairly often. So that's why I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna need a bunch of those to just have sitting in the kit. So what I'm doing is squeezing this on here so that I can get this eye primer going. Now my only thing about that is that primer don't like coming out that it don't like coming out that tube. It really doesn't. So I'm just spreading it with my fingers on the brush side of this so that I can just quickly apply it. Okay. So let's go. So you can see I'm just applying it on the eyelid. And really, the purple is going to come in play here with the eyes. So really, the eyes are going to be the star of the show today. The lips could be the secondary star of the show. Because I generally, with this lipstick that I pair with it, generally, the lips look fantastic. So, yeah. Also, we learned not to apply too much of this primer because the last time we put too much primer on the little brush, and it was just doing so much. I was like, I do not need that much primer. I don't. And then I had to like switch eyes and do all of that. It was a mess. So, we learned some lessons there. All right. So, all right, let's apply on this eye. It's almost too much, but it's going to dry down and it's going to seem like it's not enough, actually. If I can get this on here right. And trying to do makeup, I can tell y'all I'm right-handed. So Um, Trying to do makeup with my left hand is challenging. You would think I would have no problems, even because, I mean, I'm not ambidextrous, but it shouldn't be that hard to do something with my left hand. But sometimes trying to do this with my left hand, and like right now, and apply some stuff, man, it's hard. It is so hard sometimes. This is not super hard. It's slightly difficult, but it's not like crazy hard. But sometimes, like trying to draw, I don't even bother, because drawing is like writing for me. So we gonna use the right hand to do it. It looks like there's way more primer on and it is way more primer on this left eye than it is on the right eye. So bear with me as I smooth things out and do a little bit of fixing. But yeah, I might add a little bit more over here too. This side's almost dry. Matter of fact, this side is dry. The right side's dry. But and it's fine. I mean, I got a bunch of primer over here. It's just not nearly as much as that over there. But it's fine. But yeah, that's trying to draw with my left. No, we just go ahead, and y'all just ain't gonna be able to see for a minute because me drawing with this right hand is the only way we're gonna get that done in a timely fashion. All right, so we are keeping the tool out because, as we have discovered before and we have said before, this has 4 sides. So the side that I use to do is this side for my primer. The other side is clean, and also it's just us. So I'm not doing this on somebody's face, somebody else's face. So I don't care if I reuse this. This side is clean. This side is clean, and that side is clean. So we're gonna reuse that for our eyeshadow, because also I may do multiple shades in the same tin, and I might want to use a different side of the tool. So while we're waiting for that to calm down and dry, let's go ahead and put on some primer on this face. So this is, of course, a favorite in this house. It is a favorite. I will be going back to Sephora and getting this. Much as I don't like going in Sephora, I'm going in Sephora to get this when it runs out, because this has been fantastic. This is the Sephora Smooth and Blur Primer. It is fantastic. I get great results from this, and it was not expensive. So, for face primer, it really wasn't that expensive. It is very, very, very smoothing and blurring on my skin. It makes my skin feel fantastic when I'm ready to apply my face products. I mean, it just feels good. It don't feel overly greasy. It settles down on the skin real nicely, and it does blur it slightly. I mean, for me, it's slightly blurring. I can't really tell a whole huge difference in look, but I can in feel. It's very nice on the skin. My skin is already fairly soft as it is, and so it feels good once I put this on. So it feels even better. So that's why I'm like, yeah, okay, I get that part. Okay, so that is done. My nose is kind of peeling slightly. I did I did my routine last night also. So y'all can see the kind of progression here. Now, I'm having something start right here. There's that little spot right there. But it is mostly contained in that it's not gotten really big yet. So, as long as I catch it early, it should be fine. It'll be fine. I am going to put on a little bit more because I feel like I didn't get enough on my skin in certain areas. I'm always scared I'm using too much of this, and I never use too much of it. It turns out that I'm not using too much. So, let's see if we can get some of this down here. But yes, I really, really like this face primer. It is very good. Very, very good. It is part of the Sephora brand collection. They have their own house brand that they make. And this is very good. This is better than some of them name brand primers. And I can tell y'all now, listen, I know people are like, oh, Essence doesn't cost a whole lot and it's drugstore makeup. It is. But I can tell y'all, Essence is about the only one that rivals this in terms of how good this feels on my skin and how it performs on my skin. This about, for drugstore, this is about the Essence is about the closest. So, all right, now we are firmly primed. We are very firmly primed. I do feel it all over my face now. So, and it's lightweight. I don't feel anything on my face. The only way when I say I feel it on my face, I'm touching it. That's how I'm feeling it, and I know that I got it in the right spot because this is very lightweight primer. Very lightweight. And it feels good. Don't have a smell to it or anything. No smell. It's fragrance free. Says it has ginkgo extract and stabilized vitamin E. Okay. Very good. Silky whipped primer. Yes, it is very silky. Very silky. Lightweight, non-greasy formula. Yep. It is really good. Very, very good. I'm not sure who is doing this for them, but whoever is doing it, Sephora need to be selling out of this because it is very, very good. Very pleased with it. All right, and see, you can see it doesn't make the skin real smooth and soft, and it is blurred over here. Now over here, it is blurred over here, but not nearly as much. But that's just because I got a lot going on over here on this side of the face. But when I tell y'all this is the softest, it's pillowy soft. It is the absolute smoothest. This feels good. This feel about like when I would do my face routine and I do a good exfoliating full deep clean, and then I put my moisturizer on. That be some of the softest skin after. And all of my folks have really soft skin. All of the people in my family. My mama had some of the softest, most beautiful brown skin. And my grandmother did too. My grandmother on that side. Grandmama had the softest, sweetest little cheeks. She was a very, very short, squat little lady. But she had the softest, most beautiful, blemish-free skin I'd ever seen. Her grandma drank a lot of water, and she took very good care of her skin too. So, but yes, I mean, this is just super soft. So eyes are ready too. So let's jump back to the eyes. Now, for the eyeshadow, first of all, we're going to cut this crease. And I got a couple of options for the eyeshadow that we're going to discuss in a minute. But to cut the crease, we're going to go in with the BFF. This is the ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Liner in the shade. I can't remember what this one is. And it doesn't say it on the thing. Because I've wiped it off. So I've used it so much that I wiped it off. But this is like a duochrome. This is the 24-hour. I think. No, but it's a duochrome purple. That's it because it looks black and then it has like a shift to it. But we're going to cut the crease with that. Because when I put it on, it looks black. But it is very creamy. Very creamy. And the color is beautiful. Like, I wish y'all could see that. You can't really see it very well, but it's very creamy. Okay. So I gotta be careful here. Okay. Now we're gonna cover up that little mistake with color, so I'm not that concerned about it. All right. So crease is cut. It very, like I said, it goes on very creamy, very smooth. My crease over on this side is a little bit more arched than this side. It's weird. I never, ever, ever get that entirely symmetric. I just do not. We just not gonna do that. All right, so let's go in now. In order to show you the shades in this, I have to keep this closed because some of my pans are trying to fall out of this palette, but it's just best if I show you the shades and then tell you what we're gonna do with them. So this is what we're gonna do. Hold on. Okay, so I'm returned. I had to pause to get something else and get this going. So for this eyeshadow, because I discovered some of these shades in here I might need a little help with. So, all right, we're at the point where we need to talk about this eyeshadow. So, all right, this eyeshadow, this is the plum season. And like I say, I'm gonna keep this closed while I talk about these. So, I've used, this is plum season from ColourPop, or plum season. I was wondering if it was plum session or plum season, and I was like, oh, I guess this is plum season. It's a pressed powder palette, so I don't know if this is supposed to be for your eyes or not. I assume since it's pressed powder, I assume, yeah, you could use it on your eyes. And I've used it on my eyes before, and it's been fine. So we're going to use it on the eyes today. So I've used Iconic Behavior before. So y'all see this. Sorry, I didn't have that up far enough. I've used Iconic Behavior before. I've used Juicy AF. And I think I've used a little bit of Miami Vibes. So we are going to use, I like the Iconic Behavior. Juicy AF is nice. It's a very lavender, super lavender. The outlate is a, this one is a, this is a matte. And so, and it too, like I say, Groovy is trying to come out the pan here, and so is Iconic Behavior. And I'm not sure why. I've had another one that does this too. That Revlon palette, the Revlon pink palette that I have tries to do this. All right, so I want to try, since I've used Iconic Behavior before and I know how that works, I've not used Miami Vibes. I'm looking at this palette and I don't think I've ever used it. So I want to use that. And we're going to use it in conjunction with something else, possibly. Let's see how that works. You guys have seen me do this on camera too with this other, or kind of seen me do it on camera with this other color that I was thinking about using. All right, so let's go in with the Miami Vibes. Like I said, I have to put this palette down or else my pans are going to fall out of here. So that's this on the brush. It's got a shimmer to it. It is really pretty. It's a very purple. Now I've used their shadow stick before, and you guys have seen me do it on camera. I've used the shadow stick to do Jessica Rabbit. So, and the shadow stick is called Hey Bestie. That's the shade, and it is absolutely fantastic. But I use it all the time. So I was like, I want to use something different. And I bought this plum season one because I had the shadow stick, but I wanted a powder one. And the Juvia's Place, the Violets palette, is something's weird with that palette. Shade 5 in it is absolutely odd. It does not like cooperating. It does not pick up on the brush very well. It trying to put it down and spread it is difficult. And that is highly unusual for Juvia's Place. Highly unusual. Because every other one that I have from them, their pans and their formulas are great. I mean, absolutely smooth, beautiful pickup, very little fallout. Even if I'm putting like a bunch on it, I get very little fallout. So that's why I'm like, what is going on with that violets palette? That just does not make sense to me. And I went and did a little research. I'm not the only person that had problems with the violets palette. So do with that what you will, but know that shade 5 in that palette, I don't know if it was from that batch or what, but shade 5 from that palette is a problem. So as a consequence, I'm telling y'all all of this, as a consequence, I do not use it that often. So I went and searched for another palette like this one and found it. I happened to see somebody had it on, and it was like, oh, word. I was like, oh, word? Huh. Okay, let me check this out. And I ordered it, got it, and it is fantastic. Except for the fact that the stuff comes out the freaking palette. The pans are coming out. So I'm like, what we doing here? What are we doing? Why is this coming out of here? This is some foolishness. That was the mild version of what I said, as I realized that those pans were trying to fall out. So, because what we don't want to do is drop a pan. That is terrible. You don't want to drop a pan. Like, you don't want that to fall out of there. Alright, so this initial first coat is actually really, really pretty of this purple. It is actually really, really, really pretty. And very, very, very pleased with it. It's real pretty. So that's going to be our initial, and we really don't have to do a whole lot of extra with this other one that I would like to use. So that's that Miami Vibes, and it is really, really gorgeous. So that rivals that Hey Bestie from ColourPop in terms of this really nice shade of purple with this undertone. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go in with this. This is something I just got from Marshall's. You guys saw me use this recently. I went back in. I used a very lavender shade. And then I came back in with this one afterward, and I took a picture. It is in the post section. Please go look at that and see. And I made a note of telling you guys that after I finished filming, I went back in with this shade purple to add, to give it a little bit more oomph and a little bit more dimension. So this is the $1 Billion Beauty Shimmer Eyeshadow Stick in the shade Plum. So we're going to add a little bit of this and see what happens when I do. If I don't like how it looks, I will switch to a different color. But this Plum I liked what happened when I added it to the other one. Okay, I'm adding it to the corner just to do as a test. Okay, it's darker. I can immediately tell it's darker over there in that corner. So what I'm gonna do is do this as I've only used this stick once to do that. So I'm just adding a little bit to the corner as a darker shade, and it's fine. Now I have one other color that I'm going to do to maybe add to this. So like I say, whatever I did on the other eye, we're going to have to do on this one too. So let's go ahead and do that. And actually what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to pull it all the way out and do that. And I'm going to go back and add it to the other eye, since I just made that decision on the fly to do this over here. Because this is like a darker, very much darker purple. Okay. And actually, what we're going to do is do this in this corner. So what we're going to do is have two shades, basically. The middle is going to be that Plum Season that I just applied, and this will be this $1 billion beauty plum over here in the corners. So it's going to highlight this middle section, I guess. I guess. Let's just call it that. If I can get this to do what I want it to do on this inner corner, because it is really not wanting to be a darker shade in the inner corner there. And I am experimenting a little bit more with multi-shades and all of that. Every so often I get the hankering to do it, and then I'm like, yeah, that's work though. I don't feel like doing it. So that's why you don't see me do it that often. Also too, I guess for the newer folks around here, I guess I should kind of explain some stuff, because we've gotten a lot of new subscribers recently. Yay. So my channel and me doing this makeup, I'm a long time makeup enthusiast, and I've gone through spurts of using makeup in large portions, but this is a hobby I've had since I was 13, when I was first allowed to wear makeup. And I explained all of this in my very first episode of the main series for Budget Beauty. However, I realized some of you new folks, you're new around here, you might not know that. So it bears worth repeating. So yeah, this looks a little odd, but it'll be all right. But I enjoy doing makeup, and I was first allowed to wear makeup when I was 13. And my mom was like, listen, you're a pretty girl, and you are going to want to experiment with makeup because the girls around you will be doing so. But always remember, baby, you do not need makeup. And I was like, thanks, Mom, but I'm 13 and my self-esteem is not developed yet. So yes, I'm going to experiment with makeup. So I wore makeup, and I was allowed in stages to wear makeup. So I was definitely allowed in stages to wear makeup. So that's what I did. So 13 was lipstick. 16 was eyeshadow and any other like face makeup if that's what I wanted to do. But as some of you, my current viewers know, I was heavily discouraged from using face makeup for years. We talking decades. Because Mama was like, why would you want to do that? You have very good skin. You don't need to do that. And I'm like, thanks, Mom. Your belief in me is just fantastic. You know what? It's fantastic. But sometimes I want to try something new. But heavily discouraged. So I did not for decades. And until probably last year that I started wearing face makeup. And by face makeup, I mean like foundation, concealer, that sort of thing. And it really was out of necessity because as you can see, I have hyperpigmentation. It's not super obvious, but I can tell up underneath here, I have hyperpigmentation now as a woman in her 40s. So I'm starting to have what's called mature skin. So listen, I am a meemaw to several people. So yes, I have mature skin. I turned 44 on my birthday. Yeah, 44. 44? 44. I turned 44. I had to think about that. Y'all, listen. As somebody pointed out in this meme, and there were two memes. One, if your birth year starts with 19, you don't need to be sitting on the floor wrapping gifts no more. Yeah, me and my husband, because my husband's 47. Listen, I was like, Paw, We can't sit on the floor no more and do this. This is a no-go. My legs hurt. My knees hurt. I have trouble getting up off this floor, and so do you. And he's like, yeah, we can't do that no more. And I was like, so we're not. The second meme was that when you have to start inputting your age, that dial starts spinning around. Sometimes it keeps spinning and we lose track. Okay. My dial goes all the way back to 1981. So yes, it takes a minute. I am literally a meemaw to people. I have nieces and nephews. So there's that. Yeah, there's that. So what I'm doing as I'm talking here is in this middle section, I added this. This is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. It is in the shade, which one is this? This is Donut. This is in the shade Donut. I also have another one that's in the shade Eggplant. And they look very similar, but they're not similar at all. So that's what I'm doing in the middle section here over that plum season color. And it does, I like what it's doing. And that's why I continue doing what I was doing. But anyway, yeah, those two memes. Listen, Meemaw, Meemaw, that defines Meemaw's current existence right now. Because your girl is a little bit older and now things start to hurt. When I wake up in the morning, something new hurt every day. Something new. And them joints creak and hurt. Also, I am a little bit overweight. So, and by a little bit, I mean a lot. So that's part of why these things creak and groan and oh gosh, everything hurts. Yes. We keep a steady supply of icy hot and something else in here. It was something else we keep in here. But I know we keep icy hot in this house. We have a steady supply. We have the patches and we have the roll-on because both of us, something be hurting every damn day. Something. I get up in the morning, something is hurting. So I had a bout with tendonitis there for a minute, for a couple of years there. It was like for like a year or two, my muscle in this arm over here, oh my gosh, I could not lift my arm. It was terrible. Like, that was absolutely terrible. But that was in my 30s. So, that was in my late 30s. So, I don't know. Then when I hit 40, everything just started falling apart. In addition to the, chronic conditions that I developed in my late 30s. So, yes, I live a very, very, very Meemaw life at this point. Meemaw who stay in her house, she don't go nowhere, and she do makeup. That is the existence of a Meemaw in her mid-40s. So, I will be 45 on my birthday coming up in June. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to have something special or what. So, anyway, that is the eyes. That looks really pretty. And I like how I did that center section that gives that kind of little shimmer in the middle. And it's simulated over here too. But we kind of half did what we wanted to do there. And it's kind of, sort of. It's my eyes, and I think it looks pretty. So, my opinion is the one that counts. So, I think this is fine. I really actually like this purple look. I do really like how that turned out with the kind of the shift in the purple, as you can see. So it starts darker over here, light, and gets lighter as we go, and then kind of sort of darker back over here. And then on this side, it's really dark over here, kind of in the middle, and then really dark over there. So, I think I'm going to add just a little bit more in the center here, kind of vertically. So how I'm adding this is vertically. I'm not really adding it horizontally. So yeah, I like how that turned out. I think that's pretty. So, all right, now let's worry about these lashes. All right, so yesterday we tried a new eyelash primer. However, we had difficulty getting this on the brush and out of the thing. And it wasn't that it's dried up. It's not. I looked this up too before I started filming, and people were saying the tube had dried up and it was hard to get it out of there. I looked that up, and I don't seem to have problems with it. That's not the problem here. It's getting it on this actual brush. So I don't know what's going on with it. So this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. So what we're going to do to combat that, I said I'm going to be cute with it. I got me one of my little tools. I got one of these. I got about 5 billion of them over there. So I'm going to take this and we're going to see. We're going to see exactly how much, because this is black bristled. We're going to see exactly how much of this white primer is getting on this brush. So here goes. So see, it's coating it. It's just being weird. Because y'all can see this now. See how much is on this spoolie? So that's how I know it's being weird. I need it not to be. All right, so let's go in and do these lashes. And also, it was acting like it didn't want to go on the lash. Like, getting it on the lash was hard yesterday. Even once I got it on the brush, getting it on there was just difficult. Unnecessarily, I might add. So I don't know. I don't know what's happening there, but because right now it's acting like it don't want to go on here. But I guess really acting like there's nothing on here, because that was my problem. It would act like there was nothing on the brush, and I'm like, I know there's stuff on this brush. What is happening? A lot of people said this is a different formula from the previous one. And they had problems with the new formula. Something wrong with the formula or something. Now, I know I'm combing this through my lashes. I can literally see me doing it. And I know it's on this brush, so I know that it's there. But it was like, it did not want to go on yesterday whatsoever. And it's trying to act like it ain't on there now, but it is. I mean, I can see it. It's like it's barely there, but it's there. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. That's aggravating. So I know I may not use this primer again. I may not buy this once it runs out, because I don't like that. I like to be able to see my primer to know that I put it on there and make sure I'm getting a good full coating on the lashes. Like, that's kind of the point. We need a full good coating. And if you act like you ain't going on the lashes at all, what is the point of you? So, there's that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's on there. It's on my lashes. I know y'all can barely see that, but y'all saw that I put this on here. And I'm using this brush. Now, it is... I can tell that it's on my lashes, one, because I can see it's a little bit of white on there. But also, it is making my lashes slightly more full and long. So, yeah. Okay, so it's on there. It's on there. We're going to say that. I just dismayed. Okay, so yeah, I got it on there. It's on my lashes. It's just, I shouldn't have had to go do an experiment to figure that out. So, all right, so we know it's on there. Y'all, I'm so used to my Essence doing what I wanted to do immediately that, yeah, as a matter of fact, I might just come in with the Essence behind it. All right, so I think I will. This is the Essence Lash Princess mascara primer. We don't have that same problem with this. I promise you. Watch. See? Immediately. You can tell you put primer on your lashes. So it may be there. It actually is. It's there, but we're going to help it along a little bit. Because you should be doing better than that. I shouldn't have to guess whether or not, I'm getting a good coating at all. I should not have to guess that. All right. All right. So, very good. Now, that's what I want. That's what I expect when I go to put on mascara primer. Like, yeah. Okay. So, like I said, yeah, I probably won't rebuy that. When I go to when I run out of it. All right. For the lashes themselves, for the actual mascara, we're going to go in with the Sephora Love the Lift mascara. I actually really like this. This is actually pretty good. I love this one. This one and the Size Up from Sephora. All right. Let's go in root to tip. Root to tip, we're getting these lashes. All right. And see, once I put that on, I know that I have covered almost all, if not all, of the primer. So that tells me I'm getting from root to tip. And I did. This is actually very good. Very good mascara. I like this wand too. It is very much designed to give you that lift. This side over here sometimes likes to be devil me. Okay. Very good. I'm going to actually touch my eye for a second. Okay. All right. Lashes are done. Okay. And I dropped it. Of course I did. Hang on, y'all. I dropped the freaking mascara tube that I did not mean to drop. Oh. I hate when I do that. Because whenever I drop something here, it is in like the dumbest spot that I can't reach. And I'm like, why are we dropping this? So yes. All right. Now that eyes are mostly done and they are looking cute with this purple on, we're going to turn our attention to the face. We will come back and do the under eye. So we have already done our primer, so we are ready for the face. So what we're going to do, we're going to use the ColourPop. This is ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Foundation Balm. It's a stick. I have the liquid tinted foundation. It's like a tinted moisturizer. I have, and I'm very, very pleased with that. So, since we've already done that, and I like that tinted. I do. I like that tinted liquid one. This stick is fine too. This is in the shade Dark 20. This is one I had to rebuy because I bought it in the wrong shade. I bought it in a too very, very, very lighter shade than what I needed, and that was kind of a problem. But this is a perfect match for me. It is not too light. It is not too dark. So, of course, my hair is in the way. Please move. This wig sometimes. This is the old Jessica Rabbit wig. This is not the new one that I just bought. All right, we are taking care to, that's weird, to not put it in the areas where I'm going to put some concealer. That was very weird. Okay. Try to get the good spots. Okay. Make sure I'm pretty good here in terms of putting this on. This is actually lightweight too, and I really like it. Okay. All right. Then we're going to go in with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Concealer. And we'll put it under the eye to brighten. I swear to y'all, I always think that this concealer is not going to work. And then I put it on and it works. Easily, I'm like, this is not going to work. And then it works. So you're supposed to, as you're doing this, do 2 shades lighter than your normal shade, because it's supposed to be brightening. It's supposed to brighten it up. And so that's why this works for me fairly well. It blends really well too, so super happy with that. All right, so now we're going to blend. For the brush, yes, this is the dark 170N for the concealer. For the brush, this is the Real Techniques nudes something face set. I don't even know. I just bought it. I don't know. But all I know is it's a Real Techniques brush, and this is number 81, and this is the angled foundation brush. So let's get her going. So, and I'm trying to work around this concealer right now. As y'all can see, nice. This is a nice blend. It's easy to blend too. It blends very easily on my face. I really like their stick, and I really like Essence's stick foundation. Both of them work very well on my skin. Okay, now we just gotta get in between here and get the forehead. Okay. here. Make sure we get these areas. Now, it says it's full coverage. It's not really full coverage. I still kind of have to use some concealer, which is why I just went on ahead and put concealer on anyway. But it's fine. Gotta get that nose. All right, so I'm gonna fill in on this little area over here and over here when I do this concealer. All right, concealer brush. This is the number 83 Real Techniques blurring concealer brush, out that same set. So as you can see, it brightens it up underneath my eyes. Also, for those of you who may have missed it previously, we do this where we do the brightening part and we do the under eye concealer separately from our layered, not layered under our foundation, because that can lead to cakiness if you are not paying attention and you don't know what you're doing. Which, listen, let's all be honest. We are not professional makeup artists. At least I'm not. So I'm going to not know what I'm doing and I'm going to get it cakey. So I paid attention to Robert Welsh. Robert Welsh said don't layer it because cakiness. He is a professional makeup artist, or he was, and he is still a makeup artist. So he know what he's doing, and he's been doing it for years, if not decades. So at this point, so I take his advice and I pay attention to what he's saying. So as you can see, this is now brightened up considerably under my eyes. I pay attention and I listen to him while I'm doing my work at work. I know, listen, my boss has walked past. If boss man, you watching this, you know I'm listening to the makeup channel while I'm working. And also for those of you who are new here, I am an accountant in my day job. So Miss Accountant here is also listening to things while I'm doing work papers. And so I'm an auditor. And so I know my boss man has walked past it and been like, what you? And I'm like, hold on, I gotta pause my video. And it is probably a man wearing makeup. Okay. Because it's Robert Welsh. I promise you, it's Robert Welsh. So, and or Nikki Tutorials, who is one of my favorite makeup artists. So it's either gonna be a man wearing makeup or a woman wearing the craziest makeup at some point. One of the two. And or Erin Parsons too, because I do like watching Erin Parsons and listening to her. So yeah, it's gonna be one of them too. But as you can see, we are brightened up under the eyes. Face is blended. That turned out real nice. I really like how that turned out. Even got it over here a little bit. Let's see if I can maybe blend down just a tad, because this section over here is a little weird right now. But we're gonna put blush on top of that anyway, so it don't really matter. It don't matter. All right. Yay, face done. All right. I'm really liking this beat too. This beat is clean. It's one of my cleaner beats. Now let's talk about blush. Liquid blush, because what do? Cream with liquids. Cream with liquids. You match your types together. So before we go in here and we go running to powder this face down, let's put on this cream blush. So we're going to start with one of these. This is the Baby Got Blush, Liquid Blush by Essence. This. It is in the shade Coral Crush, number 40. I have used this like once or twice. And this is probably, now, let's be prepared. This is probably going to blend in with my skin. Because coral colors and pinks tend to blend in with the brown because I have a red undertone. So, be forewarned. So what happens here is, I forgot, you gotta like twist, you gotta squeeze. You have to twist. So what happens is this little section right here, this little circle ridge right here, you gotta twist it, and then to on, because there's a little indicator that says, you can't really see it, but there's a real indicator right here that says on, and it's got a little arrow, so it's on or off. And then you squeeze, and it comes up. So this is like this. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. Miss Desiree, hi. This is when I said I have this also, and I use this. I do have this. That's what this is. I knew I had it in the kit somewhere. This is shade, actually this is shade 149. I was looking for 148.5 and I can never find it, but that's what this is. All right, so we're going to put this blush on. 3 dots. This doesn't tend to be super pigmented, so we have to put a generous amount on. 2, 3. This is not like Juvia's Place where 3 dots is almost too much. Now, in the event that this does not give me what I want, I have the Baby Got blush. This is the stick, and this is in the shade 20, Peaches and Cream. I noted that these are very similar in shade, but they are not the exact same. So now let me get me a brush to do. So I can use this one. All right. So this is the number 82. This is the filtered cheek brush. So let's see what happens when I do this. Oh, I didn't blend too bad. I say that and then good, now it's disappeared. So it's there, but it's kind of disappeared. Once you start diffusing it, it disappears. But because, like I say, my skin tone is a brown, and this kind of goes in with the brown. I mean, I can see where I put it, but it's very you can see it disappeared basically. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the this is the Baby Got blush, and I'm gonna see if I can. Oh, that's doing absolutely nothing. That's doing nothing. Let's see if I can do it on the back of my hand, then pick it up there and then diffuse it. Still nothing. Okay, so we knew that. Like, that's not a surprise at all. Like, I have to give myself a lot of it just to pick it up in this area over here. I mean, it looks like I put blush on a little bit. There's a hint of, but this color and shade matches me perfectly, almost. So what I'm doing is putting it on the, y'all can see it on the back of my hand, but the brown and the coral are gonna match. So that's cool. I mean, I just know that for blush shades, I have to stay away from these shades because you're not gonna get that it's not gonna show up. You see, it went away. Easily went away. So yeah, you live and you learn. That's how you learn these things. All right, so we know that. That's fine. I'm cool with that. I don't absolutely need to have a liquid blush on that is super visible because I'm just going to put powder blush on top of it anyway. So, yeah, that's fine. That Baby Got blush does smell fantastic, though. It smells like a fruity thing. All right, so as you can see, I do have some blush on. It's there. It's just not blush. All right, so let's powder her down and start talking about wrapping her up here. All right, so powder down. We're going to use the ColourPop Translucent. Now, this is the ColourPop No Filter Loose Setting Powder. That's what that lid says. So, the translucent is not bad. I actually really kind of like this. I can get away with translucent so long as I don't use a ton of it. Because if I use a ton of it, it is going to make me look ashy. A person who is not melanated like this, it's going to be fine. But for me, ashy. Okay, so we have to diffuse. That's what I did here. I also got some on my finger. But I diffused in the palm of my hand. And now we're going to set. And I am going to go back and put my under eye on. But see, it will mattify without making me look super ashy so long as I tone it down before I come in here and do it. I also don't need to do a lot. And we don't need to do a lot of this. Let's get that above the nose. Okay. I'm going to come back and clean up a little bit over there on the cheek because I did kind of get a little bit too much over there. Okay. Just a tad right here. Okay. So, we're good. We're sufficiently mattified down. Yep, we're mattified down. Nice. So I say we don't need to do a whole lot because otherwise you start going into ashy territory and you don't want to do that. I do not want to look like Apocalypse from X-Men. I do not want to look like Marvel's Apocalypse. So, all right. That's a really nice. I like how that turned out. So, now, let me do my eyeliner real quick. I'm using, this is the Essence 24 Ever Ink Liner. I like this. I really like this. This is a new purchase recently. So I really like this. And I'm just adding under the eyeline. Give me some in that corner over there. Okay. Nice. All right, so that's done. That's actually really nice. It turned out nicely. I might do a little bit more on the, get us a little bit closer to the line there, to the water line. All right, got a little bit closer to the water line, but I like this. It's good pencil. It's a good liquid eyeliner. Easy to work with. Okay, my lashes are actually dry. So, all right. Now, we can talk about blush. So for the powder blush, we're going to go in with the NYX Buttermilk blush. Now, this shade actually shows up, even though it looks very similar to that coral color. It's got a little bit more pink to it. So that helps. This is the shade BMBL08, Getting Butter. So it has a little bit more pink to it. So that's why it works a little bit better for me in terms of showing up. Also, powder tends to do a little bit more. All right. Just applying a little dab. And it's very subtle. I like that. It's a very subtle pink. Sometimes you just want subtle. Want a subtle touch of color. Not a whole lot. And that does that for me. This is almost not enough. Yep, that's perfect. Nix, that is perfect. I really like that. I really like that. I'm tempted. I may just run in there and get some more of this. This is a fantastic blush. It is fantastic. It is just pigmented enough to be subtle, but to also show up. Without a crazy amount of effort. All right, yeah, I'm pleased with that. That looks good. All right, so face is done. Time to talk about lips. All right, for the lips, I'm going to do, I was thinking about doing a burgundy lip, but I don't know, I might do a pink. I originally started out saying, oh, I'm going to do burgundy. Might do a pink. Do I want to do a pink or do I want to do a burgundy? And this is the burgundy that I usually wear with this. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to do this one. I think I'm going to do the burgundy. All right. So I'm going to line my lips with Mr. Soft Pencil Senior. He going to give me that Cupid's bow up here. And then we're going to come back down here and do the bottom. And that's what we did. All right. So we're lined. Then we're going in with this buddy. This is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Velvety Liquid Lipstick. This is in the shade Lulu. I really like this one. This one was my first one for the liquid lipsticks. And I learned very quickly. A lot of product comes out on this wand. It is a very, very big doe foot applicator. And a lot of product comes out. So you have to be very careful. And we're done. And it's dry. It's already drying. It is almost dry. Used to take it a minute to dry, but it dries very quickly for me. Now it does. But I really like how that turned out. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the completed look with the purple and the blush and the lips. I tend to like to wear a burgundy deep red lip with the purple. So we're going to set the face And today we are going to use the L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist. Because like I say, my lips are pretty much dry at this point. They're very dry. All right. So we just got to set the rest of the face. Not something you ever get used to. But it is quick drying. So my face will be drying probably like 3 seconds. My face is already pretty much dry. And I just did that. Y'all sat here and saw me do that. All right. So let me put my earrings on. These are some martini glass and fun adult drink glasses earrings. They are purple, and I tend to wear them with a purple look now. I found these at a hair store. So y'all see, these are adult fun drink earrings. You can barely see the purple, but see, it's purple, and it matches this perfectly. So there's that. Okay, let's see if I can get my earring on. All right. So super cute. All right. I guess I'll let my hair down a little bit. I had it pulled back in a bun, but because this hair is kind of wild now. But when she down, and she gorgeous. So, for you new folks who are new here, this is a very retro, bent channel. I very much, love all things retro. And by retro, I mean like probably I like flapper stuff. I like I very much adore, and my general wardrobe is from 40s to like 60s. Sometimes I might throw some 70s in there. Very, very rarely 80s, just because I'm born in the 80s, so I don't really want to go back to the 80s. Not necessarily. Music-wise, maybe. But I am very much a retro girl. I enjoy pinup and burlesque and spooky, weird things such as, like, you guys have seen this. This is my sign, for those of you who are new. This is my sign that I usually have sitting back here, but I kind of took it down because it fell down while I was filming. But I found this on Amazon, and I was like, I love it. So, but very much pinups and Betty Page, and I like a lot of that stuff. So I can't get this to sit up here very well without it falling down, but it might stay. You guys can't really see this on camera. The way I have my camera angled, you can see the edge of it here, or here. So, but it generally sits up here while I'm filming. And I'm thinking about getting another one. So, yes, this is a very retro makeup inspired channel. I like doing pinup looks and things, hence the hair scarf and the pinup makeup. I also do follow a lot of black pinups. I do try to follow them. There are a few, but they're kind of hard to find. You have to be looking for them. So once I find one, I'm like, oh yay! Let me follow your channel. But I've not seen a lot of them active on YouTube. So I'm like, okay, well, let me come on in. I'm going to slide right on in to fill the space. Try, at least. So, yes, I very much have a very retro makeup bent to my channel. So I hope that if you come here, you see things, you like it, and you follow. That would be nice. Thanks. We very much appreciate that. So I want to thank you for watching. Come back in and watch. This has been day 9. We only got 3 days left, y'all. We got 3 days left. So we have, and I have 3 other colors that I'm thinking of. So we will be choosing one of those 3, and we will hop to it. So I want to thank you for watching. Come back and watch us real soon. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for the support. We appreciate it. We so appreciate it. I very much am grateful for it. So come back and watch our other series also, our main series, the breakdown, the beauty haul, and buying and trying. And also, we have a new series, Road Trip and Beauty. Please come back and watch that, and go watch my adventures buying makeup. So come back and watch us. We'll be on day 10. We're almost there at the end. Thank you for watching. See you later. Peace.